Hey, my name's Jake Nicholson. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I want to talk about a new short let register. What this means is if you rent your property out on Airbnb, on booking.com, or any of these types of portals, that you will be required to have a license for it. Now, this is potentially going to be a yearly license. There are going to be fines if you don't do it. And the goal is to give more transparency so people understand who is renting the property. But more importantly, the councils want it so they can understand exactly how many short lets there are in their local region. Now, longer term, this could mean that they make it more difficult to get short lets because a lot of councils have a crisis at the moment. They've got huge social waiting lists, social housing waiting lists, and they want to reduce those. And so this could highlight to them that a huge percentage of property in their area is on short lets, is on Airbnb and such like. And so they might make it more difficult in order to get those properties back to turn them into normal rental properties. So in this video, we're going to talk about when this will happen, who this is going to be, who's going to be doing it, is the whole of the UK going to be doing it, what sort of costs can you expect, and what are the fines as well. Now, before we jump into this, if you're new around here and you haven't done before, do make sure you subscribe to my channel over there and hit that bell notification. Join over 50,000 subscribers who get all the latest property news, house price news, interest rate news, property investing tips, and much, much more. And let's get some views on this video. Your part in that is simple. All you need to do is smash like, tick or like, do something to that like button. That really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and that really does help the channel grow. So thanks to everyone that does that. So, short-term lets. In some areas, they are making it really hard to get rental properties. And so around the country, there are slightly different rules. For example, in London, you can't rent your property for more than 90 days. Now, if you do service accommodation, you'll know that if you list on Airbnb, as soon as you get to that 90 days, they cut off taking bookings for you. Now, some people circumvent that by then going on to booking.com and other places. Now, they shouldn't be doing that, but some people do. But the fact is, in London, they do have stricter rules. And the goal of that is to make sure that there's not just loads of Airbnbs in London, that there's actually some rental properties for the people that need it. And so Wales have said, we are going to create a register because we need to know what's going on. And England is doing this as well. Wales are rolling this out first. Then at a later date, it will be coming to England. Scotland already have something similar to this. And so the goal of this is to just get councils to understand what's happening where they're based. Because in some places, you might have 20% of the properties that are going on Airbnb. In others, like Dorking, for example, it might be less than 1%. There's not lots of Airbnbs in this area. But the councils just don't know how that works out at the moment. So they're looking to create a register, a short let register to get this sorted. Now, if you have to rent your property on Airbnb, booking.com and places like that, they will be looking to check that you've got your license for this. So it's going to be mandatory. And so Airbnb are regulating people in London. They automatically cut you off if you don't have the 90 days. And so on this, it's going to be very easy for them to make sure that you've got your license, that it's up to date and such like. And without that, you won't be able to get bookings. So this will be something that most people will want to do or have to do. The costs are expected to be around £250. Now, the number is fluctuating a little bit there. It's likely to be 200. Some people are saying 200 to 250, but it's not guaranteed that that's the cost. But that's what the expectations are for you filling your details in a database. Not great. Fines, even higher. The fines are expected to be 10 times that. They're not as bad as the fines that you get in the Renters' Rights Bill that start at 10 grand and go up to 40 grand, but still a big hit for a lot of landlords. So you need to be following the rules and getting registered. Now, this also could be beneficial for you because some landlords will just say, I don't think this is a massive deal if I'm honest, but some landlords will just say, oh, another piece of regulation. I'm out. And so if you get less people doing serviced accommodation, it means you're going to have less competition and potentially could put your rates up a little bit or get a higher occupancy rate as well. So some of these things that give barriers to entry. I mean, you're not going to get loads of new people in. Some new people that are thinking, well, I might do Airbnb, might look at this and say, oh, you know what, I can't be bothered to get a license. And these can be advantages for people that really want to go through with these strategies and be successful. And it is a high cash flow strategy, so it does make sense. Here's what they're going to want from you in your listing. So they're going to want the address of the property. That makes sense. They're also going to want the accommodation type. So that will be fairly straightforward. Is it a flat? Is it a semi-detached property, a detached property? They're going to want to know that as well. They're going to want to know the owner's details. So all of your details are going to have to be in this register. And that's important so they can understand who to contact if there's problems and stuff like that. So what's also interesting here is that if you use an agent to manage your serviced accommodation, they've also got to be liable for this stuff, making sure this is up to date. So they can't rent your property if your license is not up to date. Now that's similar to things we have already. So for example, in rental properties I have, you've got to have an EICR, the electrical certificate, and a gas safe up to date. If you don't do that, I have no agents that would rent my properties out. They would just refuse to do that. They're not able to rent the property until you've got that information up to date. And this would be the same here. So the agent would be liable for making sure that happens. Now the fines, as we said, are $2,500 if you rent the property out, but you're not going to be able to. Unless you go through some back door, maybe you might use a Facebook marketplace or something like that. But if you get caught, you're going to pay $2,500 in fines, but then also not be able to get a license in the future. So you're going to risk not being able to rent your property out as a short let ever again, which wouldn't be a very smart move. Now, this, as I said, is in Wales first. England are doing this as well, but that is coming at a later date. This is happening in 2026. They've confirmed that, but we haven't got the exact date of this rolling out yet, but we do know it is going to be in 2026 at some point. So they're legislating or making it more difficult, not just for long lets, also short lets as well. I think, as I said, it's not a massive deal to get a license here. I think it gives a barrier to entry, and that will just get passed on in higher rents. But it also might get some people to not participate in the market, and that is an advantage. Let me know what you think about this. Are you running serviced accommodation in Wales at the moment? Or maybe you're doing it in Scotland where they already have this stuff. Or would this put you off? I'd like to know your thoughts and opinions on this. Do smash like on the video over there and subscribe. Also, while you're here, check out all the other content as well on my channel, including this video right here.